Call this meeting of the legislative body to order at 3:50
The whole weekend.
p.m.
You're good.
First order of business is call. President Palumbo. Here. Chief of Staff Bracy. Treasurer Carter.
Here.
Parliamentarian Rings.
Here.
Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Chair Broyard.
Here.
Communications Director Bova.
Here.
Recording Secretary Foxell.
Here.
Graphic Design Coordinator Fazell.
Here.
President Pro Tempore Gracinger is not here. They are traveling back to Pittsburgh, so they are excused. Senator Marinari is excused. Senator Tudor, do we have an excusal for? All right. Senator Mahan.
Here.
Senator Wagenhofer.
Here.
Senator Ryle. Excused. All right. Senator Tate.
Here.
Senator Woodyard. Do we have an excusal for Senator Woodyard? All right. Senator Harris. Again, do we have an excusal for Senator Harris? Senator Bartley.
Here.
Senator Samora. Senator Brown. Excused. Senator Adams.
Here.
Senator Rangel. Senator Peterson.
Here.
Senator McLaughlin.
Here.
Senator Atkins.
Here.
Senator at Large Bruno has class. Senator at Large Roche. They also have class. Senator at Large Frazier has class. And Senator at Large Fonatero.
Here.
We will now move to the approval of the minutes. The minutes were sent out yesterday with the agenda. Does anyone have any corrections to the minutes? Senator McLaughlin?
My name is spelled M-A-C, not M-C.
All right. Those corrections will be made to the minutes. Are there any other corrections to the minutes? If there are no other corrections to the minutes, the corrections already suggested will be made and the minutes are approved. Now we move to the approval of the agenda. The agenda was sent out yesterday as well. Is there any corrections to the agenda? Being that there's no corrections to the agenda is approved. We have a guest speaker today, Tessa. Before we have a guest speaker, Tessa Chafin.
Yep.
Chafin
Yep.
is here to speak and introduce themselves. So the floor is yours.
Great. So hi everyone. My name is Tessa Chafin. So I'm the new manager for diversity, belonging, and university training. Basically, I just wanted to come today to introduce myself, so you can see my face, what it looks like, and then also know that I'm here if you have any ideas, if you want to chat about things. I'm really ready to hit the ground running in this role. So please, I know you all are really involved. You definitely know more about Point Park than I do, because again, it's day one. So please, come chat with me. My office is, for now, it will change eventually, but for now, it's over in HR, so in Frontier Hall, room 711. Yeah, that's right, 711. Come stop by, or if you see me walking across campus, or being lost or whatever I'm doing, stop me then if you got an idea, if you want to chat about anything, and I'm more than happy to do it. Right? Sound good? Anyone have any questions? Anything?
Not a question, but welcome to Point Park.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm very excited. Very excited for sure. Cool. Anything? Great. Awesome. That's it.
President Palumbo?
Once again, obviously, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And we have we have a diversity chair, Royard, and we have a diversity committee inside of SGA.
Perfect.
As well as like a university committee, which I believe you might be on already. So a lot of things, we'll definitely be contacting you for those things.
Yeah, do you all send like an email out after these meetings?
Yeah, we'll add
Perfect.
We'll add you to the
Perfect. Yep. And I can get my contact information in that so everyone can have it, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, email me whenever, Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now we will open the floor. I actually have something for the first open floor before we get started here. As many seniors know, the application to graduate has, deadline for that has already passed. And as per usual, Point Park University did not let us know that we had to do such. So, as such, one, if you are a senior, make sure to apply to graduate. And two, just bringing it to the attention that of the Student Government Association that the university did not let the students know that they needed to do this required task. So that's all I have for open floor. Does anyone else have anything for open floor? Communications Director Boba.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone knows, but the Steelers just won yesterday, and we're at the top of the AFC North. So just wanted to let everyone know. It was a great Sunday. Great Sunday.
EGH is our campus, the Steelers is our team. How does that work?
That's it.
Anyone else for open floor? All right, we'll move to reports of the Executive Cabinet. President Colombo, do you have anything to report?
Yes, just a couple things. So I am required to put some of you on faculty standing committees, and I've got some of your information already of what committees you want to be on, but I just kind of went through like a, you can raise your hand, I'm going to go through because I want to try and get this done today. There is 6 faculty standing committees where students have representation on those, and some of those committees you have voting rights in them. And I'm going to go through them here. Some of you are already giving me the committees you want to be on, but I'm going to go through them just to ask. Not all of you have to be on them. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I only need 12 of you. And what this means is these committees meet during the same time that we meet here. So 1 week out of the month, you will be going to those meetings, and you'll be excused from this one. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Commissioner Carter.
Yes.
Our executive cabinet members eligible to be on these committees?
I didn't see why not. Dean Gieske, is there a reason why they couldn't be?
There's everyone on SGA can be a member of.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
sounds good. Okay, so for undergraduate curriculum, I have one student already on there, Dakota, Senator Wagenhofer. Does anyone else want to be on the undergraduate curriculum faculty standing committee? Okay. Are you already on a committee? No, you're
I
not.
don't think so.
No, Dylan's on diversity. Okay, Cal, you will be on that. Graduate curriculum. Catherine's on that already, and we need one more person for graduate curriculum. I can go back to that if nobody wants to be on it. Exactly. The next one, what? Graduate curriculum. All right, Frankie. Institute and technology. You are voting members in this committee, so you have a pretty big say in this committee. Institute and technology.
You know what all that is?
No clue. Dean Gieske. Institute and Technology Faculty Standing Committee. Can you at all expand upon this information?
I could make something up, but I
Don't
would
do that.
No,
Okay.
unfortunately.
That's fine. I don't know all of the information. Jonathan Trueblood is the chair of, for now. Trueblood is the chair of these committees.
He's the
Or
chair
not
of
the chair,
Assembly.
a faculty assembly. And I can get more information on it, for sure. So I'll get back to that. Campus academic resources. Christian is already on this committee. Again, not really sure what all of this entails.
That was a little more self-explanatory,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
That one is what it says it is.
Mhm. Anyone interested in this committee? All right. Enrollment and student affairs. Zane, Senator Atkins is already on there. MC wants to be on there. Okay. And diversity committee is already filled up with Ray and Dylan. So I will just need one more person for campus academic resources, and I'll get more information on the Institute and Technology Committee. Okay? Great. Thanks. I'll give you more information through email and the Discord.
Sorry, Mark. What's the name of that committee?
Institute and Technology. No clue. Yeah.
I'm coordinator for Sal.
I mean, I'll probably be a part of that since, Trueblood is one of the head animators and I constantly have class with him, twice a week and whatnot. And it probably has to do with the facilities and how people are able to access them. That's what I would assume. But don't take my word for it. But regardless, I will see.
Okay, I'll get more information on it, but I'll put your name out for now. Okay.
I'd like to hear more information, but for now.
Okay, great. Sounds good. I will find more information for that. All right. And then my second thing for our Wi-Fi group, I have Arden who wanted to help with that, right? Christian, because we're making a resolution to bring to the floor next week. Arden, Christian, Dylan, Boba, Kyle, and Sissa. Is anyone else interested in assisting in in creating our Wi-Fi resolution to put all of our information in there and be as specific as we can on what we want from IT and how we can collaborate? Amy. Okay, sounds good. That is it for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
As for my report, the Adobe Access resolution is something I'm working on. I'm working on a standing resolution to address Adobe Access here, and I'd really appreciate it if anyone who's in the school comm or knows comm students or knows of the issues to please let me know and see if we could discuss further, because I'm really trying to research all aspects of this resolution, trying to be very thorough with everything. As for the agenda, I just learned that we're going to be swearing in Nick Bartley today, so that will be done in place of old business, since there is no old business today. That's all I have to report. Chief of Staff Gracie, do you have anything to report?
So, my Culinary Art Committee, we finally have a time of when we're meeting. It's Thursdays at 8 p.m. It's about the only time any of us are free at the same time, which is fine with me. As for now, that's it, because I don't have a computer, but that will be changing on Wednesday, hopefully.
Parliamentarian Williams, do you have anything to report?
Yeah, we have our next meeting this Thursday at 9 p.m. just temporarily until everyone can fill out the when to meet, and then next week we'll have a permanent time.
Thank you. Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Chair Broyard.
I emailed Molly McClellan about potential accessibility improvements, like the automatic doors, at least just to start. I don't know when we're meeting. She just said, I want to work with you, and just ask for my availability, so we're going to try and do that this week. And then I think I picked out a date for the multicultural fair. Just got to confirm that and see if that works with people. So I can put it right now.
Thank you. Party Secretary Foxen.
Not much to report. I'm making progress on the website. And still writing it, so not much.
Thank you. Treasurer Carter, do you have anything to report?
I do indeed. We have an emergency funding situation to discuss a little later in the meeting. Also want to remind members of the Finance Committee that will be meeting tonight 5 to 7 in the office. You don't have to be a member of the Finance Committee if you would like to come and be a part of the conversation. You're more than welcome to. And our Fall 2 submissions will close on Wednesday. So if you have any buddies that are club treasurers and you know they haven't turned in their SGA funding request, now you know to tell them that they should. That's all from me for now.
All right. Communications Director Gold.
Yeah, so no podcast today because I guess something's happening in the CMI. They didn't really give me any information, and that was kind of the end of the conversation on their end. So it's next Monday, and we're going to keep going for the rest of the semester. We have Carson Brunn on. Dean Gieske should be on in the following week, and I ran into Dean Palo on the way here, and he said he would also like to be on.
All right.
So that's kind of the lineup, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Graphic Design Coordinator Fazell.
Alrighty, so, by the way, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I know midterms are coming up and everyone's probably really stressed, but thank you for being here. Kind of just working generally on what kind of already has been stated. I plan on having t-shirt designs and the polo designs done by Wednesday evening at the latest. Only because a bunch of my midterms projects are now, that's why I haven't had them done sooner. But there should be all nice and neat. Everybody can look at it, tell me what they think, what they like, and we can get those ordered by the end of the week. So that way we'll be styling, whiling, and most importantly beguiling by next week. Or whenever they come in. But yeah, I mean that's really it for now. Just making sure I maintain up on my work, and just let me know if you need anything, and I'll write that down.
Thank you. Is President of the Temple Board, Graysinger, they have a cabinet report. Report to standing committees. Rules committee. Is there anything to report from the rules committee?
Yes, the book club name change. You put that on the agenda, though, so should I do that
Yes.
now? Or
You can mention it.
Okay,
We're gonna vote on it during new business.
Alright, during new business, we will be voting on the book club name change.
And what is that name change?
It is to Between the Lines.
Okay. Finance committee. Is there anything to report?
Sure enough. We have an emergency funding situation. It's kind of a juicy one, so I'll save it for new business. Yeah.
Alright. Thank you, Carter. Is there anything to report for the communications committee?
Yeah, meetings are on Wednesdays from like 2 to 3. This week it was me, Zane, Jacob, Alexis, Matt. Mark was in there for a little bit. I can't remember if Trevor was in there. But expect hopefully a message from Jacob or Zane. We're gonna be doing like some welcome like senator videos. They're not gonna be anything too crazy, like introduce yourself, why you joined SGA, like the reasoning, what you want to do on campus, and maybe your major. Nothing too crazy, but just expect a message from them hopefully in the near future. That's it.
Yeah. Student Innovation Committee. Senator McLaughlin, as the vice chair, do you have anything to report?
Yeah, so a big thing we worked on last time, we're working on making a hard copy document with a resource list for students that connects to the link tree we have. The idea is to, once the website gets up and running, have the link, have like the QR code take you to the website, but for now, we just got the link tree. We had a mock-up made for that, so we probably want to get that printed out soon. And other than that, just worked on plans for our like tabling events. We're wanting to do weekly tabling events in addition to the larger like come complain events that we're working on getting scheduled for next session.
Thank you. I didn't put it up here, but does the color art ad hoc committee have anything to report?
Just that we're meeting Thursdays at 8. I have to, once we have our first meeting, I'll go forward with Christy from there. And then I'll have more to report on for next week.
We're now moving to reports of the senators. Do any senators have anything to report? Senator Peterson?
I attended the first DEI committee meeting, and it was kind of introductory, nothing crazy happened. So we're trying to find a time in the schedule that we'd all be able to attend, because they wanted to do it on Mondays when we were going to be here, and that's not going to happen because we need student representation in those DEI committee meetings. So nothing too crazy going on there, but we're working out a time that we'll be able to meet monthly to be able to do that.
Thank you. Is there any other Senate reports? Being that there is no other Senate reports, we'll move into swearing in Senator-elect Bartley. Will you please rise and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, pledge to serve the Student Government Association of Point Park University.
I, Nicholas Bartley, pledge to serve the Student Government Association of Point Park University
And the students within.
and the students within
To faithfully execute the duties assigned to my office.
to faithfully execute the duties assigned to my office
And to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability,
Uphold the provision and purpose of the Constitution of the Student Government Association.
uphold the provision and purpose of the Constitution of the Student Government Association.
Thank you, and congratulations, you are now senators. as for old business, like I said earlier, there is no old business, so we will move on to new business. We have the name change of the book club to In Between the Lines. It's a simple name change. So if anyone would like to make a motion to approve a name change from book club to In Between the Lines, such a motion will be accepted at this time. Recording Secretary Foxell.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the book club name change.
All right, so moved. Is there a second? Senator Adams
second that motion.
seconds. Is there any discussion? Seeing that there's no discussion, we move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the name change of the book club to In Between the Lines, please raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes unanimously and the name change is approved. We will now move to emergency funding. For this, I will yield the floor to Treasurer Carter to explain further.
Thank you, Vice President Fitzsimmons. Hello, everyone. You may remember last week I said our last emergency funding for Fall 1 because Fall 2 is about to start. Hooray! Psych, we have another one. But that's okay. I would much rather this fall into the category of Fall 1 emergency funding than to be put into Fall 2 with like new stuff that's up and coming. So here's my reasoning for that, and here's the situation. So we had a group that I think just was misinformed, confused, lots of fuzziness regarding our processes and our deadlines, and a whole bunch of headache, really. They submitted a request for like $371. They submitted it as a purchase request, which means the involvement advisors in the sale office just go in and buy that stuff. So the involvement advisor went to go do that, but found that this club had no money with which to make purchases. So they said, hey, did you mean to submit this as a funding request for Fall 2? And the club treasurer said, oh, I did. Submits it then to me. I download the request, I see some issues with it, so I reach out to get those cleared up, and discover that the event for which they are requesting these funds is actually happening this week, like right now. And Fall 2 funds aren't actually distributed until the 16th. So we hit a bit of a pickle. What should have been a Fall 1 request is just kind of floating in space. The urgency being that this is a theatrical production, and it happens this week. So this is for like their props and their costumes and some consumables that they'll be using on stage, like I think lemonade or something. They did have $95 in their club holding account. The items have been purchased. Keely and I decided it would be in the club's best interest to just purchase the items so that their show can go on as rehearsed and scheduled. It's just a matter of where we place that amount. We used their holding account funds first, since they didn't really align with our processes correctly, so sorry, you have to spend your own holding account money, which leaves, where'd it go? $225.82 left for us to pick up. Because we were under budget for Fall 1, I would like for it to be emergency funding rather than a Fall 2 cost, because clubs that, learned the process early on and are really on it are gonna have plenty of requests in for Fall 2, and I expect we're going to have higher demand than we do supply. So we're already gonna be making some cuts for Fall 2, but we have some wiggle room left in Fall 1 to go ahead and cover this and still be $700 under budget. So what I am requesting and batting my eyelashes is that someone would please make a motion to grant $225.82 of emergency funding to Pinnacle Productions.
Would someone like to make that motion? Senator Adams.
I make a motion to
$225.82. Yeah.
For Pinnacle Productions.
Alright, is there a second? Senator Peterson, second. Is there any discussion? Graphic design coordinator, Gazelle.
I think this is important to mention, and this is just kind of my 2 cents on this. I think, it's amazing that you are really supporting, like, the theater arts, and that, like, mistakes made by people within the club aren't affecting the actors trying to put on a performance. And I think that's a very noble thing to do, and that's what we should do, and help support the people who are being affected by a mistake from a higher up. And, however, I think in the future regarding this, we should be a little bit more strict, or maybe at least not let them get away with a slap on the wrist and everything they needed. Because even though it's obviously we don't want the negatives to affect the people acting and just a part of the club, but we need, if we didn't have the money, if we didn't have the leeway to help this and to help fund this could have went really wrong. So I think for future purposes, I think it's important that we maybe say something or put something out there of, hey, this can't slide anymore.
Treasurer Carter.
To add to that, yeah, this has been kind of a massive inconvenience. But it will not happen again. We have scheduled a meeting, me and this club treasurer and one of their co-presidents, just to make sure they fully understand the processes and the timeline and the reason that we have the timing that we do, to make sure everything is equitable for all 50 some odd clubs that are eligible to request our funds. So there will be some education implemented to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. I diligently send out reminders, so any further slips I'm probably not going to take too kindly to. But yeah, the goal is to stay on our schedule and within our means for the following funding periods. So this is a one-time thing.
Senator Mahan.
Should we try to make the vote really close so that it scares them a little bit?
Sweat a little bit?
If they don't
Well,
do it again.
That's on the legislative body. Treasurer Carter.
I think they're already sweating. I did send a strongly worded email, and they sent an apology to the SGA email and some other constituents. So I think they're already tail between the legs, feel pretty bad about the situation. I don't want to put them in the doghouse for too much longer. They'll have a happy run of their show. It won't happen again. They'll learn what to do. So I think it's gonna be all right. Don't worry, they're already scared.
Senator Atkins.
So the money's just coming out regardless. It's just if it's now versus okay.
Yeah, just a matter of where. And I think it's in our best interest for it to come from Fall 1, since we do have extras.
Is there any further discuss? Senator Peterson?
So if we didn't approve it here, it would just come out of Fall 2 then?
Probably. It would be
Okay.
processed as a Fall 2 request, which then is at the Finance Committee's discretion. I would ask that they please approve it then, because if they didn't, money's been spent. So it's going to have to come from somewhere. I would much rather it come from Fall 1 where the money is actually present. Yeah.
Any further discussion? There's no further discussion. We'll take it to a vote. All those in favor of, before we take it to a vote, I'd like to remind everyone, did you have something to say? I'd like to remind any senator at large, senators that since this money does come out of the, oh wait, no. Never mind that. Never mind. Everything's all good. Strike that last one. Anyways, we will now take it to a vote. So all those in favor of approving $225.82 for emergency funding, please raise your hand.
Oh, I'm not happy about it either.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Senator at Large Fonatero, I didn't see your hand raised.
I wasn't sure if I could vote.
Yes, you could. I was mistaken. Since you pay the student activities fee as a regular student, then you are eligible to vote on this. So, what is your vote for record?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, with that being said, the vote is unanimous, and the emergency $225.82 emergency funding is approved. Alright.
It's like a...
We'll now move to our second open floor. Does anyone have anything for the second open floor? Treasurer Carter.
See how interesting and dramatic and crazy money can get? Everyone should come to the Finance Committee meetings. It'll be a great time. Happening tonight, 5 to 7, SGA office. All week.
President Colombo.
Just one other thing. I reached out to Marlon from the enrollment department, and I asked him if we can collaborate on some type of Halloween event. 'Cause I was trying to talk to some departments and see if they wanted to help with anything. And I know Amy is also working on a lot of like bonding events and just events that we can do as like internally with SGA. And hopefully this month sometime, because Marlon agreed and said it was this great idea, is either we can carve pumpkins or paint pumpkins. I don't know. We'll figure out something, but he agreed to help us out and get like 10 pumpkins plus lights to go like inside them if we decide to like carve them or whatnot. But yeah, so we'll talk more about that a bit later. Stuff.
Chief of Staff Crazy.
Something I did forget to report on that just popped into my head when you started talking about pumpkins, even though they're not related at all. I did speak with Maria Ochoa this week about our senior appreciation. Right now it's a go, so I emailed Chris Hill and I'm waiting back to hear about measurements of academic hall and the size banner that we need. And then I'm gonna go forth and just design something real quick. When we discussed it, what we came up is we're going to have handprints already printed on this, and you guys can just design the handprint however you like with your name underneath it. We're going to have it at the grad fair at the end of March, just so that every senior signs it then, and it's painless and easy, and you don't have to go all the way for anything. The way that it's looking, we're gonna probably end up splitting the price 3 ways between Chris Hill, Maria, and us. But I don't have a price yet. Maria did say that she might be able to get it for a cheap price from like Central PA. So I'll be back to you, MC, with that. Whenever I get that.
Thank you, Chief of Staff Gracie. Senator, Parliamentarian
Thank
Reigns.
you. Yeah, our first Big Little meeting will be on Friday at 10 a.m. in the SGA office. If you want to come.
Senator Pearson.
I just wanted to say, even though they're not here, thank you to my friend B for making our little hard copy that we're going to be handing out at our tabling events of our SGA resource guide. And I want to send a picture of that because I'm going to force all of you to appreciate their work because there's no way it could have looked cool if I would have made it. So I'm going to send that into the Discord later so everybody can stare at it and say thank you, B, for their hard work.
Anything else for final open floor? No one else has anything for final open floor. We'll move to announcements. Before I open the floor for announcements, I'd like to announce that on Friday, I will be canceling my 12 to 2 p.m. office hours as I will be taking the LSAT for the second time and hopefully completing it 9 to 2 p.m. So those office hours are canceled and I hope I'll be able to complete the test. So, are there any other announcements? Chief of Staff Gracie.
As I mentioned earlier, I got a computer!
Yeah.
So excited.
Any other announcements? There are no other announcements. Oh,
They
Senator
finally
Atkins.
fixed our elevator and it's really great.
Yeah. Are there any other announcements? There are no other announcements. Our next meeting will be October 16th, scheduled to be in LH 200, given that it's not flooded. And with that being said, this meeting is adjourned at 3:49 p.m.